Hey everyone, this is BluJay. Welcome to, I think, my 20th episode of my playthrough of Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. In the last episode, we went through the trial, and some crazy things have come up about Sayaka, and this case has become a lot more complicated. And I'm not going to go into all the summaries, but we're just going to continue, and whatever happens, happens. I still believe, however, for those of you who've been watching, I still believe that the culprit is still who I think it is. So, let's continue. We first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room.
That's where the answer lies.
What happened then was probably whoever she invited over came in and attacked her. We figured it out! We know who did it! Whoever she invited over is the culprit!
But we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot!
He's not wrong.
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes?
Yeah.
Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
Yes, I think you're right.
Then... we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
Yep.
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
I want to say so, yeah.
Oh yeah. What's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself.
Well?
It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
How the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
The reasons you know that is because when you look at her wrist, there's no doubt replica sword, Sayaka's wrist.
I got it!
Gold
All
dust.
you have to do is take a good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear. Right there where her wrist is all swollen. There's something glittery there. See?
Is that gold?
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword. You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you. And there's some on her wrist because...
she was hit with it.
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword, right there on her wrist!
Yeah!
I see. And so the truth draws ever closer.
This guy has done absolutely nothing this entire time.
Alright, then it's about time to solve this mystery.
What happened in my room and what led to Sayaka's death, that's what we need to make clear. There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates, absolutely. Are you getting used to these non-stop debates? Starting with this next debate, I'll start loading multiple truth bullets into your truth settler. But just like with the weak spots, only one of those bullets can actually refute the proper statement. In other words, from here on out, you'll have to combine the right truth bullets with the right weak spots to refute it. Holy crap. If you come up with the wrong combination, you'll take damage to your influence gauge. Press the Q. Okay, Q rotates the cylinder. Press and release the Q key to cycle through each bullet. Or you can use the mouse wheel. Q it is. Logic difficulty is set to kind. Fewer bullets will be slowed into the cylinder. Purposes the logic difficulty will... huh? Will be set to mean? Oh, crap. Okay, gonna keep this on Q. Here we go. Replica sword sheath, kitchen knife set, replica sword. Keep that spacebar ready.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword. And that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
Oh, crap. I think it was wrong. So I'm saying is, I have absolutely no idea.
shoot!
I need to think about this more time. There must be a contradiction in there somewhere. Crap.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword. And that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
Let's try this time. Oh, wait, no. Oh,
Shoot.
it's the sheath. The sheath. Crap. Okay, we
When
got
the
this.
fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword.
I'm such an
And
idiot.
that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
Wrong. The sheath
No,
hit
that's
first.
wrong! Actually, no. I don't think the fight started with the sword.
You know what the best part of this is? I knew the answer and somehow I was being retarded with it. I think I suggested this, and it started with the sheath first.
Because the sword sheath had been scratched. See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
Something sharp? You mean like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Exactly. That's why I like. I don't know what I was thinking when I was clicking those truth bullets. I think I was going for like the sneak attack with the kitchen knife.
Stop jumping ahead. Slow down and explain it so I get what the hell's going on.
If the sword was used first, there wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch on the sheath. If you are going to attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the sheath first, right?
That's true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
Okay, so how did the sheath get damaged?
Most likely, I'm pretty sure he attacked her and he defended. She defended.
If they got attacked with the kitchen knife, maybe they grabbed the sword as a defensive impulse. In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
Which means whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who attacked first.
Exactly.
I think I get it! So here's how it all played out. The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere, then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was happening. So she grabbed the sword to defend herself, but then the culprit took that from her too. Then, after they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and finished it.
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
What? How the hell can you not think that?
Because she never held the sword at all.
Yeah,
There's a
that's
certain
true.
part of her body that makes this clear.
Part of her body is the hand. Her palms.
I got it! You're talking about her palms, right? The palms of her hands were perfectly clean, so I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
How can you know that just by looking at her palms?
Like I said before, the gold coating
totally
on that
forgot
sword
about this
comes
point.
right off. All you have to do is touch it. In fact, if you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle. It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands. There's really no way she could have picked it up and come away completely clean.
Maybe she washed her hands after she escaped into the bathroom.
Wrong. The water supply gets turned off.
Sorry, but I don't think so.
Why do you say that? Is it because you think I'm ugly?
Oh my god, woman.
No, that's not it at all.
There's no way because the water supply was off.
I got it! According to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's time of death was around 1:30 a.m. In other words, at nighttime. And the water in the bathroom shuts off at nighttime, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, I haven't taken a shower here yet.
Oh my.
Wow.
You're no different. You smell like a big fat ugly donkey.
I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
An insult, obviously.
Wow.
So anyway, if Sayaka never touched the sword, then that means the killer is the only one who used the sword.
That's true.
But hold on. If that's right, then the one who damaged the sheath with the kitchen knife was...
Sayaka? Sayaka?
I got
She
it!
must have taken it to defend herself.
Sayaka? She had the kitchen knife?
She must have taken it to defend her. Did she... She attacked first? No. Did she try to murder someone?
But we already said that the attack started with...
The person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
Then the one who attacked first was...
Sayaka?
Sayaka?
Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
No, far from it. It's almost as if she'd been planning to commit a murder of her own.
What?
She took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in.
But it backfired. The attacker turned on her. She turned the tables on him. The guy was defending himself.
And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation...
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
Which brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms, correct? Maybe the reason she wanted to switch rooms was so that she could pin the crime on you. That is a possibility, is it not?
Oh my god.
Sayaka wanted to... on me?
No.
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates. She wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come to Makoto's room where she was staying.
And then her plan was to kill him, leave him in Makoto's room.
And by committing the murder there, instead of her room, that would implicate Makoto.
But that makes no sense. But she's staying in the room.
But for that to work, the target had to be lured out while still keeping the room swap a secret.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like that doesn't add up. Think about it. I mean, sure, she kills the guy. Let's say it goes on. It goes the right way. The guy gets killed. How is she gonna get out? The only person who was in her room was... This doesn't add up to me. Hold on.
If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
So all that's why she switched the names?
But doesn't that plan seem a little risky?
Yeah, a bit.
For one thing, even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior. I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
Plus, she was the ultimate pop sensation. A totally forgettable kid. Or a national superstar. Who are you more likely to believe?
Wait, then you're saying she had this all planned out?
Oh my god.
Holy shit!
But in the end, her plan backfired. She launched her attack with the knife, then found herself under attack in turn. That must be when her wrist got broken, and she was forced to drop the knife.
The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the one she'd planned to murder.
Exactly what I said earlier. Oh my god. My mind is blown.
Just hold on! That can't be true!
Makoto, man, I'm sorry. I like Sayaka just as much, but the evidence is piling up.
Because...
Hey! You guys have totally derailed the argument! You're being super boring right now. Come on, hurry up and decide who did it!
I know
Wouldn't
who
it
did
be
it.
awful if I had to punish you all just because you ran out of time?
Oh yeah, we gotta decide who we think did it.
Makoto, right now you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this mystery. If we can't uncover who murdered Sayaka, it's over for all of us.
She's right. Listen to Kyoko. Is it really all over? Obviously, I'm committed to finding out who killed her, but what can I do? And as far as clues go, there's nothing. Yes, there is. There is. Make your argument. Dying message. Got one bullet.
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
Gotcha.
No, that's wrong! There still might be one clue left. Sayaka's dying message.
Dining? Wait, what did you say?
The dying message. She wrote something on the wall behind her, remember? 11037. Written in her own blood. There must be a clue about the killer hidden in there.
Because I'm telling you, Leon. L-E-O, and then you can see a line very clearly. I'll try to type this out when I edit the video so you guys can see what I'm seeing here. Okay? It's backwards. Okay? Don't believe me? Sit back up against the wall using your left finger and only your left finger while you're up against the wall. Try to write the word Leon behind you in such a way that you're leaning up against the wall. You would have to write it upside down for it to work. Try to do it. It will look like this, but most likely in that line in between, she ran out of blood.
Well, before we get too far into that, I need to ask, can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
Yes. There's no question Sayaka is her left index finger.
I got it! Her left index finger had blood on it. That could only be because she used that finger to write the message.
I see. She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
I got this earlier.
Sure. I think we can all agree Sayaka wrote it. But still, what the heck do those numbers mean? 11037?
Hey, Chihiro. You're a computer nerd or whatever, right? You should know all about numbers and shit.
No, that's not... Yes, I'm a programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in these numbers.
Because they're not code, sweetheart. They're normal English.
Of course. It's because they're not numbers.
They're not.
Oh! Yeah, it looks like...
Huh? What?
No, it's just... look at the numbers, assuming they're not numbers.
They're not. Not looking at the numbers, assuming. Look at them upside down.
Don't these first two, 1-1, look less like two numbers and more like one letter?
Ah, you're right. The connecting line is barely there.
So you assume.
So I assumed it was 1-1, but...
It's an N!
Looking at it now, you could also read it as an N.
Whoa! You might have finally just said something worth a shit.
Damn it, Mondo, shut up.
Our little gray cells are really getting excited now.
But even if that really is an N, N037, doesn't make any more sense than before.
Damn it, there's no use, I just don't know.
Rotate the image 180 degrees.
She's got it. Huh? Rotate it? I'm gonna read this like I don't know, but boom, I was right, baby. I think maybe I see something.
Oh my god. Now I see. She wrote down the killer's name.
Huh? You just shot past the clue part and right onto who did it. So, whose name did she write?
Sayaka's dialogue message reveals a real killer's name. If you turn her message 180 degrees, she'll become crystal clear. You.
Here's my answer. The key to solving this mystery was simply to rotate the writing 180 degrees. If you turn the message around, it becomes the letters L-E-O-N. L-E-O-N. Or more accurately, Leon.
What?
You look a little scared there.
What the hell are you talking about? It's just a coincidence. It's just a bunch of random squiggles that happen to look like my name.
No, it's not random at all. She wrote that message on the wall behind her as she was leaning up against it.
This is exactly what I meant. See, I got this shit.
In that position, she couldn't move to write normally, and had to write upside down, as it were. And as a result, when you look at it standing in front of her, it ends up getting flipped. Try it for yourself if you want. Write something sitting like her, and the letters will be inverted.
That sounds like one hell of a stretch to me.
Yeah, wait till you hear about the garbage can story, pal.
I'm the killer? You can't just go and say shit like that.
If you're not the killer, then why did you try to destroy the evidence?
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The evidence Leon tried to get rid of?
Yeah, we do. The thing you found on the ground, right in front of the incinerator. burnt shirt piece.
I got it! You mean the burnt shirt piece I found laying on the ground by the incinerator, right?
Yeah.
As the killer stabbed Sayaka, they must have gotten some of her blood on them. And to dispose of the shirt covered in the victim's blood, they threw it into the incinerator.
But one piece burned off and got left behind.
And the
Truth
killer
always
didn't
comes
notice.
out.
If they had, they most certainly would have panicked. Isn't that right, Leon?
But is one scrap of fabric enough to conclude that Leon is guilty?
Yeah, I mean, Leon's not the only one wearing a white button.
We got this. Wait till that little I bet the orb thing. I swear to God, I'm gonna be so happy if my orb theory is correct with Hero's little magic sphere ball thing.
That's right. There are plenty of other people here with shirts like mine. With just that one little charred piece, there's no way you can say for sure who it belongs to.
You're right. That alone isn't enough. But there are some other points that may reveal the truth.
Are you finally starting to understand? The answers to all the riddles are right here.
I love Kyoko.
Yeah,
she's the best.
I think so.
The burnt remains of the button-up shirt, which the killer wasn't able to get rid of. There's something about it. We need to do it. Where it was disposed of. If we focus on that, the killer will go. How the fuck is that?
Shoot!
Okay, fine. Okay, not where. I thought where, but how? How?
I got it! If we look closely at how the shirt was disposed of, we should be able to figure out who the killer is.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think I know what you're gonna say. You can't reach the incinerator without opening the gate in front of the trash room, right? And obviously, you wouldn't be able to hit the switch to turn it on either.
How do you know it's operated by a switch?
You need the key to get in, and the one with the key was the person on cleaning duty. So the killer had to be whoever was in charge of taking care of the trash, right?
Interesting.
Wow! That was wrong. There was another way to use the incinerator without being on cleaning duty. Exactly why Leon is the real killer. You want to play hangman? Is this an argument thing? Okay. Shattered crystal ball. Let's go, pal. You are being backed into a corner.
The key to the trash room. Whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it, right?
So the only one who could get to the incinerator was the person in charge of the trash?
Wrong. No, that's not what I mean.
The key to the trash room. Whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it, right?
So the only one who could get to the incinerator was the person in charge of the trash?
And you'd have to get close to the incinerator in order to destroy the evidence.
I think we got it.
No, that's wrong.
Boom. Because Mr. Baseball here threw it. Watch.
Hold on. I think I know how someone could dispose of the evidence without using the trash room key.
But if you can't get past the gate, you couldn't possibly turn on the incinerator, could you?
Yes, you could. If you used this.
What is it, some kind of glass ball? It's busted to hell.
Actually, it was supposed to be a crystal ball, but,
But how would you use it?
The killer had to use it in a certain way. Throw it.
I got it!
Like a baseball.
The killer simply took aim at the incinerator switch and threw the ball through a gap in the gate. All they had to do was hit that switch, and the incinerator would come to life.
Someone threw a gap in the gate?
Remember what you said before, Hifumi?
Someone from the incinerator. I'm very sure. If he's sure it was all last time he was down here.
Hifumi had the key, so the only way the incinerator could have been turned on without his knowledge was because the killer was able to hit the switch without opening the gate. Once they'd gotten the incinerator going, all they had to do was ball up the shirt and toss it in.
Hey, come on! What the hell is this?
All you have to do is look at the scene to know that the killer never actually went inside the trash room. The shards of broken glass, the incinerator left running, the piece of shirt that escaped the fire. If the killer had been on cleaning duty, the evidence would have been taken care of much more thoroughly.
Exactly.
Wait, no, just hold on.
But the distance from the gate to the incinerator has to be at least 30 feet, right? The pinpoint accuracy you'd need to throw a glass ball that far and hit something that small.
Is something a baseball player could do.
Could someone really do that?
That's right. There's no way. It'd be impossible.
Difficult, absolutely. Impossible? I don't think so. Because the killer is...
Because there's an ultimate baseball star.
Because the killer is the ultimate baseball star. Isn't that right, Leon?
Do you have any idea how stupid you sound right now?
A target 30 feet away would surely be little challenge for the ultimate baseball star.
You can't be serious. I'm not the killer! These goddamn shipper brains have got it all wrong, I'm telling you!
You still won't admit it? Okay then. Makoto, go ahead and review the incident one more time to make his crime perfectly clear. And with that, we can end this.
Listen to me! What the hell do you mean, end this?
Say what you want, Leon. But all the questions have been answered, and the truth has been revealed. Now here's what happened.
Closing argument? Absolutely. Oh, crap. Okay, we are basically, and we were like leading 27 minutes here, so I've gotta turn this off, actually. Oh my god, I hate cutting it off, but we're gonna start the closing argument next episode. You guys know the drill. As always, if you like what you see, be sure to leave a like and hit that subscribe button if you want to hear more. Facebook and Twitter in the description. Feel free to contact me on there. And with that, we will finish this trial next time.